Te rā puanga, te kaihuri o te tau, kātau pirunga. Te rā matariki kāre wai te pai, nau mai hara mai te hua o te tauko. Tāpiri te ata, ka kura te ata, pōri hi te manu tino awatea. Tui, 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 tui a, ki te tangi mai o te pōri mako i te ata, tui, tui, kātata, tui, tihei, Māori ora. E mihi ana, e tautoko ana ngā mihi, kua mihia, mai te rangi e tū nei ki te papa e takoto nei, tāmaki wenua, tāmaki tāngata, mihi mai, ranga mai. Kia koutou e tai a tinana nei, kia koutou he runga i te ipurangi, tēnā tātou katoa. E tātai hiko tēnei o te uri o hua, ki te tai kokerau, Ngāti Tū, ki Taranaki, Ngāti Paupua, Rere Ahu, me Ngāti Mako, ko Taiāwhio tōku ingoa. Kia ora everybody, my name is Taiāwhio. I'm a research assistant in the Taiāwhio team at Sion. I'm involved with my role, involved with hippopotamus research and also got a focus on indigenous flora and fauna species. Today I'm here to share and present something a little bit different. It's something quite exciting nonetheless. I'm here to present educational tools and resources that were involved in a Māori-led project at Science. Myself, Michael Bartlett here as well, we're part of the team that helped to pull everything together. And the funding was received from Unlocking Curious Minds Fund, and largely the vision and the project being steered and the funding successfully received by one of our Māori portfolio leaders, Katerina Pihera Rich mentioned up there, who had the vision to create a tool that could be used to empower our younger generation, our rangatahi Māori, to understand more about Myrtle rust, but also catering for our te reo Māori speaking students and their specific needs of the way that they learn. How do I change this up?
The arrows, yeah.
Okay, here we go. So, heke is the name of the tool that we have here. So there's actually two of them. Heka is one of them. And up here, what it's saying is this is a virtual learning ngahere. So it was articulated in a way for it to be something that was immersive and inviting for young people, the age bracket being between about 8 to 14, 15 years old. But essentially, we've framed it in a way that it can be used by people of all ages from 8 to 18 years old. So, just going through this briefly, these pictures show students that came into help test our beta version of the app. And these students were from Te Kukako Māori o Te Koutu in Rotorua, and also a few other ones that came to help as well. And in general, the feedback we got was very positive from a lot of them. Some of the kids were more into the games. The more older students in year 12 and 13 were very comprehensive in their feedback, which we really appreciated. And also, one of the young girls that came to be a part of this focus group, actually following a few weekends later, we got feedback from her parent that she had successfully identified Myrtle rust by its colour that they were playing in the ground. So that was really, really positive. This slide here is quite significant. So as part of the framing of it, we're specifically wanting to use the expertise that we have in science, particularly with Michael and his support in knowing the technical aspects to do with Myrtle rust. We wanted to frame this app in full to be used in a way or interpretable by rangatahi Māori. Rangatahi reo Māori, young students that learn and are immersed in a reo speaking environment, te reo Māori speaking environment. And so within what was backed a lot of the terminologies and the wording within the application is credited to the subcontracted and some reo experts of Te Whaiata Consulting. Wenuku and Wakiri Vehicle, and they did some research and looking into a few terms that we wanted with a real Māori for example, Myrtle. So at the top, kahika was what they came to. Then we then looked at the genealogy associated with language around the Pacific, and they came to the word kahika being very similar to other names for similar mutaceous trees. Auhia comes to mind in Hawaii, for example, which has got similar origins in that word as well. So, and also acknowledging the likes of other hapu iwi that have their own terms and that are distinct to them. So acknowledgement to that's pretty, Eric. Thank you for sharing your terms within your presentation as well. It's really cool to see the distinct identity of different hapu, different iwi being expressed within the Makibet world and the mihianga. Heka, again, being a term that was selected within the application for this tool to be descriptive of rust, and then heka kahika being the term that we have applied into this tool to be what we call myrtle rust within this. And also important to describe this as it gives context to why the language is constructed as it is within the tool. So there's two apps that down the bottom. Heka is the name of the educational tool, and Taiāwhio Heka is the name for the other tool that was made. With support from Kiwa Digital, the developers of these apps and tools. Taiāwhio Heka is an augmented reality app, and maybe have some time stuff. We've got some videos embedded in this presentation that we'll show you. And then of course the Heka being the educational tool. So this is the front cover. Is that a video on the presentation? Not yet. Okay, so this is just as you're going through it, it's just like swiping and scrolling like through a book. The sound may not be on there, and apologies for online if there's any lag. So currently you see it's in Te Reo Māori, and up on the top left, that yellow button, if you press that, you can interchange between English and Te Reo at any point in time. And this is how it looks like set up in the map. So it's kind of got like a bit of a path that you travel, starting off with the indigenous myrtles. This was something that I proposed initially when we were first planning our framework, and the whole whakaaro behind the idea behind that was to introduce the user to the indigenous myrtles first and walk through as if we're kind of acknowledging and being able to see the integrity and the uniqueness of the species that are from this whenua and been here for a long time. Also acknowledging cultural connections and significance within the section too. There's also another section that looks at exotic examples of exotic myrtles, just to say that we've got ones that are from here, from this whenua, and others that grow here down this whenua that originate from other parts of the world. And we just pause there. Or,
I hope it paused.
okay, could you go to like kind of towards the end?
It's just been going on its own. Do you want me to go back somehow? Not
Maybe,
exactly sure.
is there a pause button down
And this is all I see. I see what you see.
there? Oh, okay, I might do that. I don't know if they paused it.
Okay, I think no.
Okay, we'll just leave it there. But yes, so this is the next slide, kind of going to the end. At the end, we've added in a component that is kind of like a self-reflection, like asking questions or like doing your own survey. This function was implemented with the thought that if teachers wanted to do activities with their students involved in this, then they could instruct the students to go to the end and then fill out the questions and then take that feedback and use it within their own activities and curriculum within at school. Just also a nice thing to see as well, of like being able to see the progress throughout all of the different sections, these questions, as you transition between sections, and through that, all of that information gets collected and you can access it yourself in the application to be able to kind of compare your answers as you're going through. In general, we've seen a lot of progress in students going from, I have no idea what this is about or what murder rust is, to, yep, I've got a much better understanding of what it is. Oh, yeah, is this one? Okay, so this is Taiāwhio Heka. This is the other tool we have made within the project. And so going through, you've got 4 options of Indigenous metals to pick from. And this is the fun one where using augmented reality, you have this that pops up. And then go through, you give them instructions, and then this virtual tree will pop up. So this is the exploring minerals and monitoring it in the environment without the risks of being around it, which is also within the heke Heka app. What it is, being able to identify it, but also not to disturb or transmit it around to different sites as well. This is at our launch. This is Katarina giving cordial to the students. We had Rotorua Primary School, School, and Whakarewa School, who are projected right next to Simon campus, and tested at the launch. This is Michael Bartlett here, about the contributions that he had into the app, and also just explaining to the students a little bit more about who else as well. Here's a kid in action using the iPads, and it was really cool. Like what really kind of made me I was really amused by it is the kids getting into it so much to the point that they were using the virtual tree with Taiāwhio Heka, and they were rolling all around on the floor. And I said, well, yeah, but it was very exciting to observe and to see them really enjoying it. There's a picture at the end of some of us from the team, and then of course all of our students from the different schools. And then afterwards, we took them all for a tour through the labs as well. We gave them, we had a few different stations set up, some looking at some seedlings that you can see of some ramarama, some rokutu. So Michael up there taking them, having a look down through the microscope. And then there's me over there giving them a tour of some of the display cabinets of the insects that we had within the lab. And then it being Reo bilingual was a core part of how we wanted to frame it, so that it was Māori, it was built specifically as a tool to be able to communicate in the reo. And we had someone come in and translate and be a voiceover for that. There's also a function in the reo version that allows the user to drag their finger across words and then it'll read it out to you. And our kind of reasoning behind that was because our language typically and historically is there's no written component, it's all verbal. And so for some students, and it's for myself, my real learning journey is hearing it sometimes can be better than trying to read it, or even having both sometimes. So it's just another option to be able to support their needs in the way that they learn in their environments. Acknowledgements, huge acknowledgements to the teams, Kiwi Digital, to Taiata Consulting Group, leading people doing the research and coming up with terms that we've used in the app, to our schools, to who's his name? Jacob, who's up there. He's the one that you hear when you go through and get the read aloud version and Te Reo, and he also did the translations. And also to our team members, of course, Katarina, Michael, Kiata, Sarah, Taiāwhio and a small one also, who was responsible for the framework of having it as kind of like a quest. And to all of our students as well that participated and helped to get it to yours. And thank you to everyone here for listening and all the amazing work that you're doing, the presentation and stuff. It's really inspiring. Kia hora te marino, kia whakapapa kōna mu te moana, ka tere te kāro, we ke mui o tātou haruaru. Tēnei te hika koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Kia ora. Kia ora. Well, just before I leave I'll leave this up here. For those of you online, feel free to access these QR codes. They'll take you to the two different apps, Apple Play and Google Play. And I'll be out in the foyer there with an iPad and some resources if you have any questions and want to check out the apps.